Do you, from your documentary and your analysis, do you sit here this morning convinced that nuclear is the option? Is that our path to not just net zero, but to maintain and strengthen our economy?
So a couple of things. If we seriously didn't care about climate change anymore, which the Albanese government doesn't appear to, we'd build some brown coal-fired power plants. If we wanted energy to be cheap, because we know how they work, we've got 800 years worth of fuel. But we've decided, by the way, we're not doing that. Both major parties have decided they're not doing that. So in fact, that would be the pathway to cheapest, affordable energy. And by the way, as we pointed out last night, just because we're not burning it doesn't mean the world isn't. When carbon emissions have risen every single year since 1992, since we started this journey 28 years ago, gone up every year except for the financial crisis and for when COVID shut down the planet. Now 56% of the world's coal is being produced in China. And look at this geostrategically. What's happened? China has risen to become the world's manufacturing superpower. It's making EVs, it's making solar panels, it's making wind turbines and selling them to us. So it has risen to that position by leveraging fossil fuel. We've decided we're not going to use it anymore. Well, it just means we're not going to have the standard of living that we used to have.
Okay, well, congrats again. It has been a challenging period as well for you, I know, because it's such a complex area, and to drill it down as you did last night so effectively, including the kilowatts, megawatts, and all the rest of it. It's such a complex space. To drill it into 1 hour. It's not easy.
Yeah, we went slightly over 1 hour, mate. It is not easy, and we've left a lot out. But the short story that people have to know is that the idea that we would have a green and cheap future going this way is a lie, and that needs to be exposed. Never again should a minister be able to stand up and say the wind is free, the sun is free. It might be. Turning it into electricity is not free, and building the system that we're building is absurdly expensive, and no one can put a proper figure on it. The only thing I can tell you is your power bill is going up.
Do you think, just on the politics before you go, can the coalition make the case in the time we've got on this issue? And I go back to someone like Bob Hawke, who was an advocate for nuclear energy. Peter Malinauskas as well in the contemporary space has spoken, well, he's not negative when it comes to this issue, and knowing that we're one of the largest supplies of uranium in the world found here. But can the politics be delivered? Because it's such a complex,
it is,
as we've said, but a costly one as well. And there's only 6 months to go.
Yeah, look, and I think that the question at the moment is not, nuclear energy. It is, what are we doing now? It is, are we making the right decisions now about what is the most important piece of infrastructure that we have? This is the nervous system of our society. If the lights go out, then everything stops. Energy is life. Energy is the economy. That's the message that we've got to get. We have to start to understand where our lifestyle comes from and what we're doing when we're basically conducting a grid-scale experiment at the moment.
And there's no room for error, as you pointed out in the documentary. The balance, it's all about balance, isn't it?
In the battle between politics and physics, physics is undefeated. And that's what's going to take over in the end. You trip, you will fall. Gravity will take over.
Chris, great to see you. We'll catch you next week.
Take care, mate.